You made me think of a question there, talking about the SEC championship. You
Yeah.
know that was a fun atmosphere, I think, because Georgia was in it and they had so many damn fans there.
Yeah.
But that game did not feel like a championship atmosphere. A week
No.
ago, whenever that was. So, and I've been saying what they need to do because they're not going to get rid of that game because they make so much money from it.
Correct.
Instead of Georgia, Texas, it should have been Bama, Ole Miss, and the winner gets to go to the playoff. I think that's how you create the atmosphere in there and make that game relevant to the fans that actually want to go to it. What thoughts on that, and thoughts on if they'll ever change anything up with the SEC championship?
I was not okay. I'm trying to phrase this the right way. I was excited to cover an SEC championship game. But when I got into the stadium and I got around the stadium, and I like to set the scene in some of the pieces that I do. It was difficult, man. That didn't feel like an SEC championship game. To me, it felt like some regular season game I was attending. The stands weren't filled. Okay, the upper deck seats. I was sitting there. I was had my binoculars. I was just spotting sections and sections and sections of open seats. I think they're going to have to do something because sure, Texas fans, I would probably say there was like 10,000 Texas fans there. I think that's being nice. But Georgia, it's so easy, you know what I mean,
Right.
for them to travel that game, especially what ticket prices are at too. I think at the end of the day, they're going to have to try to do something. I'm not going to act like I know what that is, but that weekend, buddy, it felt like just another regular season weekend. It didn't feel like a championship game to me. And the play on the field was really good. Okay. And we got a dramatic ending and whatnot. Like, yes, the second half, like the excitement was there. You know what I mean? But for most of the game, dude, it didn't feel it. I didn't have that. I didn't have it in years past of what it is. And maybe it was because both teams knew that they were pretty much in the playoffs and they were good. And, really what does an SEC championship do for you? It's almost like the SEC tournament in basketball. It's like, okay, you're in the NCAA tournament, you know what I mean? But you got to play all these games wherever the SEC tournament is. And, when some coaches, John Calipari, remember, he was famous. I don't care about the SEC tournament. You know what I mean? I think if we continue going down this road, I think that's what you're going to have coaches that are going to say, man, I don't want to risk a damn injury. I don't want to go get blown out because something happens during the game that changes the course and we just, it's like quicksand. So I think Greg Sankey them are going to have to do something. I think maybe the tiebreaker scenarios get a little different. I don't know how you change that up because I would have much rather have seen, like you just said, Alabama Ole Miss in that game compared to Georgia Texas because I knew Georgia and Texas were going to be already in. So but again, it's the SEC title game. Teams strive for that when they start the season, you know what I mean? And I get that part of it. But at the same time, they got to fix something because they cannot have a replica of what just happened in Atlanta 2 weeks ago because that was just a dead environment, in my opinion.